Whilst being on this island, we do a lot of cooking. So we are here for a while this time. So we do tend to cook all our meals at home as much as we can anyway, because you can't eat out every night. But along with the food bit, I also like to make some sweets. So we are going to see family tonight, and I've decided to make a nectarine crostata. So I do have all my ingredients, but I don't have all my normal utensils, so I'm going to make do with what we have here. For this recipe, I've got 2 cups of just plain flour and half a cup of just granulated sugar. Now you would normally do this in a food processor, and it'll whip it together as a nice pastry, but I don't have a food processor here, so I'm going to have to do it by hand. I've never done it by hand before, so we shall see how that goes. A teaspoon of baking powder, some salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'll guesstimate that to be about that. 2 eggs, crostatas are one of my favorites. They're just a little tart short crust pastry. And whatever fruit or jam that you like in the middle, and they're really nice treat to have. So I'll mix that together. This will get a little bit messy, so as I start doing that, I might let you go and come back. I've got a 1/4 cup of butter here. And it's like making scones really, as I don't have a food processor. I'm just going to have to crumb that together and form it into a pastry. Okay, so here's my dough. It's come together quite well actually, considering I've had to do it by hand. So I'm just going to let that rest in the fridge for about an hour or so before I roll it out and make my nectarine filling. What I didn't show you was that I added some cinnamon to this pastry. I thought that would be a nice flavour combo with the nectarines. So that's it. That's called pasta frolla. Just if you want to follow a recipe on that, that's what it's called. So now I'm preparing my filling for my crostata, and I bought some fresh nectarines from the local fruit store. And they're simply going to go onto the crostata, and we're going to bake it with some sugar sprinkled on top and some cinnamon. So there you go. I think 3 nectarines is quite good. Okay, so here's my pastry out of the fridge. I've left it rest for about 5 minutes just to soften up a little bit. And we're going to roll it out into a free-form kind of circle. We're going to be quite rustic with this one because that's kind of the tart it is. It's a nice little rustic tart. Okay, so here's my nectarines and here's my pastry all rolled out, and I do make it very free form. I don't want it to be nice and round. So just chunk all the nectarines on this. Fill it with some sugar. Not too much, but just enough to caramelize it a little bit because the nectarines are sweet enough. And some cinnamon. And then we just use the paper as a guide and wrap through the edges to form the tart. I'm going to pop that in a hot oven for about 30 minutes to crisp up and make the pastry all nice and short. So there is my nectarine crostata. It is ready to go in the oven. It goes into a hot oven for about 30 minutes I'd say till the pastry crisps up nicely, and I'll show you the finished product.